Okay, I will call this meeting to order for the Antelope Valley College Board of Trustees, regular board meeting for December 12th, 2025 at 8 a.m. Roll call.
Trustee Harvey?
Here.
Trustee Reeves?
Here.
Trustee Gaines?
Here.
Trustee Buffalo? Here. Trustee Adams?
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Public comments closed session. Pursuant to board policy number 2350, public comment may be limited to 3 minutes per person. All speakers who would like to comment regarding a matter on the agenda must submit a public comment card to the board president or the recording secretary before the point in the meeting at which the agenda item is called. Public comment cards are available at the information table in the boardroom, from the recording secretary, or online. And we do not have any speaker cards this morning, so that's quick and easy. And we are now going to adjourn to closed session and hopefully be back in an hour.
No, it's a way to keep me from being president. That's what it is. It's okay. It's all right because, like I told you,
I plan on it, but if you want, no, please. We can do this, because yeah.
Hey, Kathy, good morning.
Hey, good morning, how are you? Good morning. Good to see you too.
You gonna be in the meeting?
Yes.
Okay.
We are now the serious fun.
Yes. Hi. Nice to meet you. I'm gonna call you up. Okay. Andrea. Andrea? Andrea?
Okay, we're now reconvening to the public session. Attendance, please.
Student trustee Salazar Lara.
Here.
Trustee Harvey.
Here.
Trustee Reeves.
Here.
Trustee Gaines.
Here.
Trustee Buffalo. Trustee Adams.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. I'll ask Mr. Buffalo to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
You can all stand, put your hand over your heart, and face the flag and begin with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay. Okay, report of closed session action. No action was taken on any of the closed session items. Public comment. Pursuant to Board Policy Number 2350, public comment may be limited to 3 minutes per person. All speakers who would like to comment regarding a matter on the agenda must submit a public comment card to the Board President or the Recording Secretary before the point in the meeting at which the agenda item is called. Public comment cards are available at the information table in the boardroom, from the Recording Secretary, or online. And we do have, oh, okay. We do have some public comment cards for non-agenda items. We'll start with Brandy Johnson.
Hi, good morning. I'm a second year at AVC. My name is Brandy Johnson. I am a automotive technology all systems major. This is my final semester here at AVC. I bring concerns as far as a student wanting to better my education here at AVC with other students as well. I have concerns that I picked this campus because you can pick anywhere in the world to go to school. But AVC is where I choose to get my degree, to where I want to choose to better myself and go into the world as an automotive technology technician. And this is why I choose to do it, because you guys have a good automotive program with good teachers and a good support system. But there's concerns that students are not being heard for things that are happening on campus to ourselves and fellow students. And I feel like we are not being heard, to where we go to the people that you guys put in positions to hear us out, and put in place these rules and, I guess, regulations to where they need to be followed, to where you have to fill out paper and paper and paper and meet with different people, to where it gets all lost along the line. You get forgotten. You have to follow up, but we're not being followed up with about certain things. And these are serious matters, such as harassment, racism, discrimination, not being heard. And this is all coming from staff, not just students. We're not being heard from the staff. And these are people you guys put in position of power. And that's my concern, because I'm not being heard about certain issues that has happened on campus with me, with harassment, with non-contact orders. You guys put these place, but it's not being followed up with. No one's actually caring about what is happening, to where I don't want to come to campus because I don't feel safe. Where a lot of students don't want to come to campus because they don't feel safe. That they have to take online classes just to feel educated, because they can't go into class and feel educated because of the people you guys put into power. And it's not everyone. There are people along the way that do care and that do listen and that do want to help and that do care about students. But what about those who don't? Because those are the people we run into the most every day in and day out. As far as you guys say, you guys have a very broad, let's see, what's the word? Administration and equity and students, and you guys have these faculties and these places to where we have to go to meet with these people, and we do. But you get to them and you talk to them, and they're not understanding as a student where you're coming from, because they look at you and they're like, okay, we hear you, we write it down, we take notes, and we put it in the system. But that's all we are, is a name and a system. I don't want to be a name. I want to be heard. I want to be seen. I want to know that my voice matters. That is why I'm here on a Friday when school's out, during December, Christmas time, during the holidays, to make sure that my voice and my fellow students' voices are heard about certain issues that we have on campus. I don't want to be another tally that goes out on a Friday about a report. I don't want that. I want to know that I can make change and that my voice and everyone's voices matters. And what better way to do that than to come to the
Your 3 minutes
board?
is up. I just wanted to let you know.
No, thank you.
You can finish. I
No,
didn't want to
it's good.
interrupt you, but
Thank you.
thank you.
That was just it. Thank you.
Thank you, and I would ask the president to investigate this matter and get back to the board at a future date. Pamela Ford.
Good morning, board members, administrators, faculty, staff, honored guests, and students. I have a question. I just ask that you give it some consideration. I have a question about evaluations for administrators. This year, I received executive level administrative evaluations with 2 weeks to complete them. I received CMS evaluations with 5 days to complete, and then eventually they added on 2. We have no access to those evaluations prior to completing them within the timeline. Previously, constituent groups weighed in on the president's evaluation, and it stands to reason because the presidential candidate is interviewed by a panel of constituent leaders, including a board representative, which the entire panel sets the criteria for the interview. But how can they be adequately assessed for leadership standards by only one board member who sits in there, when constituent groups interact with them on a regular basis and have the vantage point of observing if the desirable criteria searched for in their candidacy are being met? Now, why am I asking this question? Because I received this article on November 17th. A record number of employees gathered to review the devastating results of a climate survey sharing stories of retaliation and dereliction of duty by top district administration. District legal expenses have exploded. A team of bullies has enacted a culture of retaliation and fear, ignoring expertise and silencing college voices. Morale is at an all-time low. The leadership preaches kindness, but the experience of this leadership is very different from the carefully crafted public persona. The majority of the Board of Trustees sanctions whatever is brought to them without question or forethought. This article isn't about Antelope Valley College, and I don't ever want it to be. But that's going to be where we're headed if we don't start looking at the leadership and requiring accountability and hearing everyone's voices when it comes to the evaluation of the highest positions on this campus. Thank you.
Kyle Huntsman.
Good morning, trustees. I first want to apologize. I was ill at the November meeting, and I would have made these comments at the November meeting had I been able to be here. That would have been more timely because of the president and superintendent's evaluation. But I want to echo my colleagues' concerns that all evaluative processes that I'm aware of, faculty, classified, administrators, get feedback from the various stakeholders that can speak to that position. That is not true for this time for the president's evaluation. As far as I know, and that is actually another issue, is that we don't know what the process was for the president's evaluation. There was no public knowledge of what that process was. But as far as I know, no one in the campus community or anywhere else gave feedback to the president's evaluation, which I think the board should want as part of that process. So I would respectfully recommend that in the future that you include feedback from the campus community and whatever other stakeholders are appropriate. Thank you.
David Adams.
Good morning. David Adams, professor of business here at Antelope Valley College. A few things I'd like to say really quickly before I get to the main crux of what I was here to speak about. First of all, I want to say, one, congratulations to Alejandro Guzman for his service here as Executive Director of Marketing Public Relations, and wish him the best of luck as he goes on to Cal State Northridge. I would also like to thank Vice President of Academic Affairs, Kathy Bakit, for her years of service here. I've worked with her on a lot of different areas, given the various responsibilities I have on campus. She's been nothing but kind, professional, and truly a treasure. So thank you. I finished grading last night around 8:42 p.m. I know it was in the middle of a commercial. And I was finishing grades for 3 8-week online classes. And I teach a relatively difficult subject, business law. It's probably mundane. It's a lot of work. I demand a lot of my students. What I noticed as I was grading is that some students here were not really ready to take this level of a course in the truncated manner of 8 weeks versus 16 weeks in an online format. I present to you the results of statewide testing, and I use the Antelope Valley High School Union School District because that's what I would call the feeder school district for many of our students. For the 24-25 year, just over 33.5% either met or exceeded standards for English and language arts, and just over 10% met or exceeded standards for math. These scores are a lot lower than the state in general, and the state of California, as you might imagine, might be lower than a lot of the country. So we are serving a student population that is amazing. That's why I come here every single day. but maybe struggling, maybe first-generation college students, maybe are lacking or just fell through the cracks for whatever reason. We do our best. What I worry about is that we are offering courses in an effort to get above a certain amount of students to meet funding requirements, but at the same point, are we really helping our students? I don't have the answers necessarily, and I don't. My point is, I'm here because I care about this to bring this up. We can do better. I can do better. We all can do better. And I just maybe want to think of a dialogue to maybe bring forth so that we can serve one of our mantras, which is to serve our students effectively. The final thing I want to quickly bring up is the other
You're at
is
3 minutes, so just so you know, you're at 3. So.
okay, 30 seconds, please, if you don't mind. Is the other mantra the President-elect brings up is to be kind, and I believe in that. And let's be kind to everyone. President-elect brought up the other day in a town hall a blue Christmas. And Christmas holiday season is oftentimes filled with joy and gifts and everything, but it can be a hard time. So I would just ask that we be kind. Christmas is very difficult for myself, having lost both my parents during the holiday season, strained relationships with my kids, and that we just ask that we look around this room and that we be kind to each other and that we love one another. I wish everyone in this room a happy holiday season. Thank you.
Thank you. Bunny Cotton.
Good morning, good morning. My name is Bunny Cotton, and I am a second-year sociology major with an emphasis in industrial and organizational sociology because of everything you're hearing here. I worked in education for 30 years before I retired and became a full-time student. And one of the things that I found here, much like in Palmdale School District, where I worked for 17 years, Antelope Valley High School District, where I worked for 10 years, LA Unified School District, where I worked for 6 years, is a lack of trauma-responsive communication training overall. I was trained as a trauma-responsive communication trainer. So when I speak to students who are unsupported, when I speak to staff who are not being heard, when I speak to President Zealot, or when I speak to a dean and I don't feel heard, I'm floored because I'm always bringing up the need for trauma responsive community. I'm always bringing it up. And I'm not certain why it's not being addressed, why it's not important. But as you can see, with this room full of re-traumatized people, you guys need to invest in that. From you on down, the system has become punitive. There is a mean girl persona that everyone in power takes. You can't see it because you're here. Look at it. This is the reality. Whatever you think is going on isn't. Whatever you hope is working is to their detriment and to the detriment of your legacy. Sit with that. Be kind and serve your students effectively.
Jose Manjarres.
Hello, my name is Jose. My major is welding, and I did not like the way how they handled the situation I had with the assault I had in campus with Jill and Alberto, and everybody knew about it. And I sent out a notification to Blanca to get the paperwork for me to review what happened, and she said she wanted to have a meeting, but the thing is I kind of needed that paperwork that same day, and they wanted to review it for a different day, but it's like telling me I don't kind of have a voice to tell how I felt from that situation. I did not feel safe at the campus because of the fact how security and lack of people was not supporting the fact how to protect students of situation like this I went through. And now it's like I don't kind of have a voice because of the fact how they will not help me out of getting those paperwork to me. And now they just want to have meetings to just talk about the paperwork, and I just wanted the paper on that spot. And I didn't feel safe around campus because of that reason. And she was stalking me the entire campus, and there was no lack of security was looking at her, protecting me of the fact she was stalking me, and the fact everybody knew what she done to me. And now, like, I didn't like the fact how she did that to me, and how security was not supportive to at that situation. Thank you.
Thank you. And I will ask President Gillette to look into that matter and report back to the board at a later date. Dr. Greg Langner.
Good morning. As faculty coordinator for Rising Scholars, this semester I organized the first Antelope Valley Reentry Symposium, which, along with the many organizations who participated, I'm incredibly grateful to the board and president for supporting. The one-day event was extremely well received by the justice-involved community here in the AV and by the media. However, this semester I was meant to work alongside a co-coordinator who could advance the still outstanding academic needs of our incarcerated students following the plans outlined for you in June. The Vice President of the Office of Equity and Student Achievement said Rising Scholars faculty would help elect the co-coordinator to be appointed by September 12th. As significant delay confirming my own assignment this fall nearly caused cancellation of an impacted course just days before classes, as organizing the reentry symposium demanded an excess of my limited schedule as discussed with the VP in August, and as we are already years behind virtually every goalpost and every other college in providing basic academic services to our incarcerated students, regardless, without explanation, and after ignoring repeated requests from faculty who had applied for the position, the VP did not confirm the second coordinator until nearly 2 months after promised. Much more troubling, despite explicitly stating in writing, Rising Scholars faculty would help elect the co-coordinator, Dr. Rebecca Farley made the appointment without such an election taking place, or explaining why faculty had been told we would participate in a process only to be excluded and then ignored when we ask why. I want to be clear, none of this is about the person appointed as co-coordinator, as all of this not only placed a much bigger burden on me and other faculty, but pushed widespread delays which continue to cost the college money. I've asked the board to address these issues with clarity and urgency, but the clear and urgent truth now is These problems are not contained to one program and cannot be reduced simply to poor communication, because we are dealing on a regular basis with blatant dishonesty. And I have to be blunt because there's only so much that can be shared in 3 minutes. I am deeply worried for the integrity of this institution. I'm grateful to members of the board for continually pushing for answers to problems that have now presented themselves for many months. And if I can take a few extra seconds, I want to especially thank Trustee Gaines for your comments at the end of the August board meeting, when you reminded all of us that what we do to and for students matters, and that every student is deserving of intellectual respect, regardless of where they come from. Thank you all for your service and your time.
Karina Georgie?
Good morning, Board of Trustees, President Zealot, and Awesome Michelle. I'm here today as the faculty coordinator for the Pride Center to discuss some of the concerns that involve distributive and procedural ethics and justice. Rebecca Farley offered me $1,000 approximately at the start of fall 2025 as a Pride faculty coordinator, only to now deny me the $1,000, claiming that I was supposed to be at the center 5 hours a week. Meanwhile, the faculty coordinators for Puente and Emoja both received outlines of those expected faculty duties. I did not. Simultaneously, I'm ashamed to say that I was willing to do this work for free because I love the students. But it's my colleague, Professor Langner, who just spoke, who asked Rebecca Farley about my pay on my behalf. And I say I'm ashamed because everyone's service should be fairly compensated. And therefore, I'm not just advocating for myself in this moment, I'm advocating for AVC staff, faculty, and student workers. Please understand this is a way more critical issue than $1,000. It's the 1,000 different ways the Pride Center students were cheated out of an additional 80 hours of emotional support, academic mentoring, networking, and guidance, all because this was set up like a moving target. And I had no idea that this was expected of me. Since 2024, Professor Langner and I dedicated ourselves to the Pride programming, largely because there was no Pride programming between January and April 2025 under Rebecca Farley's leadership. And with the exception of a one women's lunch that was forced by a now she quit Sarah Collins, and a Lavender graduation. In fact, we were told that there wasn't any funding for our programs. I thought things were so bad, I secured a $7,500 grant for the center, purchasing and donating a set of new furniture and arts and crafts supplies for the center. But as it turns out, the Pride Center had $180,000 via the state of California, and that needs to be used by 2028, and I have discussed this with the Chancellor's office already. Professor Langner and I ended up urgently appealing to the Academic Senate to create a faculty role dedicated to the Pride Center, and I met with the president to share my concerns. And finally, Pride summer programming happened, and I do have to credit the AVC students for creating the programming largely. However, at the start of fall 2025, Rebecca Farley ignored 4 of my emails regarding programming 3 weeks into the semester until I CC'd different leaders on campus. Then she suddenly emailed me within a few minutes. I ended up creating 80% of the programming for fall 2025. Rebecca Farley had a hot tea and sip event for the Pride Center in the middle of August when it's 150 million degrees. So I emailed her, and I ended up creating 80% of the program for fall 2025. I co-designed a campus-wide survey with Svetlana DePlazas' help. And I also spent 1 week conducting a resume workshop with students at the Pride Center. She is currently not responding to my request for a job outline. This unprofessionalism only hurts the students, doesn't hurt me. It hurts the students.
3 minutes.
And I'm asking for a job outline, a monthly financial statement that accurately reflects the Pride Center's budget, and a $1,000 stipend. And I'd like to donate $500 of my stipend, that should have gone to me, to the students in the form of a writing contest, which would be a creative proposal on how we can improve the Pride Center. Thank you.
Thank you. I mistakenly passed over the approval of the meeting agenda. However, I am allowed 1 mistake per year, so I'm calling, this is my 1 mistake. May I have a motion to approve the meeting agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Advice?
Approve.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes with 5 yes votes. Now we will move on to item 11, clarification.
No clarification.
Thank you. Item 12, 12.1, constitutional essay contest winners.
Come on up, students. So, good morning, AVC board members and President Zealot and community members, and come on up. Okay, great. Okay, great. I just wanted to share something with you. I dressed appropriately because I think Michael Adams, I know, has always worn a red sweatshirt every holiday board meeting, and so I'm a little disappointed you didn't wear your famous red sweatshirt. So, but I did this in honor of you, Michael. So thank you. Anyways, everybody, I just want to share something with you, kind of cool, little nerdy, little critical thinking here. Been doing this scholarship or this contest for over a decade, where we ask students to write an essay about the Constitution. And this year, we worked together with several different faculty members to come up with a question about due process and the reason why we have due process and what distinctively defines the difference between the United States and so many other countries is the fact that the government has to have valid reasons to detain people and why that's such an important part of our Constitution and what makes us so unique. And so we put together this question and we got a vast response. We had over 100 essays submitted. And I just have to really say one of the reasons why we have such a big turnout is because of ASO. They are the ones that contribute the money to this event. They have done so much for us. $500 for the winner, $300 for second place, $100 for third, and then they offer $75 and $25 for fourth and fifth. And so that money has really driven this response from students come through. So the essays are graded by about 8 different faculty members from different areas. And so I just wanted to recognize the winners this year, and my colleague Fritz Hemker does this as well. And so I just wanted to recognize that these students did an amazing job. And I just think it's kind of cool because we get to spend some time just critically thinking about something in our brains, in our mind, just for something simple, right? Does everyone understand this, right? And that's what I think is kind of makes this event so kind of cool. So with no further ado, we have Andrea Lopez. I'll read out the names and then you guys can do a clap afterwards. Is that cool with that? And I do have the president of ASO here in a second that will make us comment. But Andrea Lopez, Justin Davenport, Jillian Stefano, Bunny Cotton, and Miss Cielo Corona Castro. These are our winners.
Just want to say congratulations to all the winners. Thank you.
Thank you so much. My name is Jillian Stefano, by the way. I won third place. Thank you so much for this honor. I'm truly grateful for the opportunity to share my work and have it recognized. This essay comes from a very personal place. To me, due process is not just a concept. It's something that affects real families, real children, and real lives every day. Writing about the 5th and 14th Amendment reminded me why these protections still matter, especially for people who are often unheard and overlooked. I want to thank my professors, my family, and Antelope Valley College for supporting students like me and for encouraging us to engage deeply with the Constitution. This recognition means more to me than I can fully express. Thank you again.
Yes. Please come up, and the board will stand up here and here, and we just want to recognize you. Thank you, congratulations, and you'll be getting some certificates in the mail. Okay. Yes. So please, yeah,
Over here.
yeah.
All right.
And let's scrunch together. Christy, Trustee Harvey, please join us. How are you?
I think they're doing the pictures on.
Oh, sorry. Thank you so much. Congratulations, Betty.
Thank you very much. Nice presentation. Item 12.2, AVC Football Roadmap to Success.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for having us. The very first thing I'd like to do is extend a special thanks to the board president, Mr. Michael Adams, trustee Steve Buffalo, trustee Barbara Gaines, trustee Michelle Harvey, trustee Michael Rivas, and student trustee Christy Salazar Laura. President Dr. Jennifer Zillette, thank you so much. You've been our backbone this entire season. You've been a voice, and you've listened to our student athletes and helped them in the classroom and outside the classroom, and it's much appreciated. Our athletic director, Joel Gunterman, I'd like to thank him. Our prior athletic director, Dr. Ben Partee, for doing a phenomenal job in putting a base for everybody. Associate athletic director, the infamous Cindy Vargas. Our learning center rock star, Ashley Hawkins, who has done an amazing job putting a staff together to help these young men and young ladies succeed in the classroom first and then on the field, court, or in the aquatic. My entire staff, with the relentless hours that have put in. I've got 2 staff members with me today, and the reason I bring them is Mr. Randy Clemens and Mr. Devon Jones. Both of them are alum from AVC, played at AVC, graduated from AVC, went on to college, got a master's degree, and now are here in our institution giving back. Myself, our phenomenal defensive coordinator, Richard Lear, who had to leave because he's in education as well, Lancaster High School, teaches independent study, and Randy Clemens. All 3 played in the 1993 bowl game for Antelope Valley College, so it's great to have the crew back together. Our sports information director, Mr. Byron Devers, has done a heck of a job for us, not just supporting the program and all programs, but most importantly, being there for the student athletes. Our equipment managers, Danielle Harris, who goes above and beyond her job duties, Tim West, and our press box workers and chain gang, who don't get a lot of recognition, and they're the brains behind the function, if that makes sense. The Antelope Valley community has been absolutely amazing. We've had great attendance at all of our home games, and our amazing student athletes, who I've brought some with me today. AVC football. The definition of success, right? And it's achieving a desired outcome or being productive or prosperous. How does one achieve this? Well, we go off an acronym, SAD, right? And we think it's missing today. Structure, accountability, and discipline. If you don't have those 3 things in your life, I think you'll end up being sad. So how do you create that? Well, the foundation starts obviously at home and then in the classroom and then in extracurriculars, and it all translates. So we'll move on and go to how did we create and build a positive culture? The word culture, sometimes it's overused and misinterpreted, right? It really is. But to do that, I think you have to have core values. And I think you have to bring some type of philosophy and have a vision. And that's something that we've done a great job in executing. Our core values, and the kids live by them, and we revisit them every quarter, is trust. Because if you don't trust one another, how can you work together? It's commitment. If you're not committed from the top down, which you guys have been all the way through us, how do you then trust? Accountability. Hold each other accountable. A program truly does not win if it's just a coach holding the student athlete accountable. The student athlete needs to hold the other student athlete accountable in order to win. And when I say win, I'm not talking scoreboard. And healthy conflict. There's going to be times we all agree to disagree, and I hear that today. But just know we're all on the same team with a common goal. Okay, our vision and our philosophy are in here. I'm not going to read it. It's too long, but everybody got a copy. Our 3 pillars of success. Success is much bigger than a sport. Let's be honest, right? So the things that we want to help our student athletes achieve and win at is their personal life. How's your home life? Because everybody has different challenges, and how do we support that? Our classes, right? The books, the zone that Ashley's done a phenomenal job with. We have done a great job in taking young people in our program and making sure that they have the same amount, have the same chance at success as everybody else that's walking around campus, which I think is phenomenal. And then football-wise, the weight room. If you win at all three of those things, I promise you it translates to the scoreboard, which it did for us this year. When I applied for this job, the biggest thing I wanted to make it was a community college. I want it to be homegrown. Our first meeting, and Dr. Zillette was there, we had 20 student athletes. 20. That's what I walked into. By the spring semester, my staff and I did a heck of a job recruiting, and we ended up with 50 student athletes. By the summer, we were up to 106 student athletes. The fall roster, FTESs, 100 student athletes. Here's a fact of our roster. 94 of our players out of 100 are in-state local kids. 6 are out of state. We are and will continue to be community built. Something I pride myself on. First year, overcome a lot of obstacles. We had 20 student athletes make all conference. First team, we had 8. Second team, we had 12. A side note, one of the most special players I've had the opportunity to coach, and I have 5 that have played in the NFL, Demario Jackson. He's been through a lot. Here in first team all conference as a wide receiver, first team all conference as a kick returner, and first team all conference as all-purpose player, as well as second team all conference on the defensive side as a utility player. And Mr. Buffalo's been around athletics here for a very long time, and I think the last person to come close to this was the name of Lamarck Cooper. That's how special this young man is. Now, we had 4 kids up for All-State, so Coach Gordon gets in the car, drives out to Visalia with Coach West last night, nominated our kids. We ended up getting 6 total accolades with 5 All-State football players. Now, with that being said, the first All-State was a multiple All-State. All-State in 2 different categories at receiver and utility is Mr. Demario Jackson. Defensively, All-State, and we'll talk about him in a second, Mr. Jaden Carrillo. Which is phenomenal. Our running back, who is not here this morning, Isaiah Morgan. Our right tackle, Mr. Spencer. And then our left tackle, Mr. Banks. And they're not here as well. Okay, so Marauders moving on, right? So the beautiful thing is when we recruited this year, we want to recruit kids that were A through G qualified from high school and kids that weren't, so we could build a blended culture. We were fortunate enough to have about 6 of our freshmen get offers already. I'm not going to read every single one as there is a time limit, but I'm going to let you know this. For the first time, according to the officer, for the first time in the Air Force Academy history, they have offered a scholarship to our very own, from a junior college, to our very own, Mr. Jaden Carrillo. .6 student in high school and has not got a B yet this semester, and it ended, and if you did, we'll have a talk about that. Community outreach. We think that's important, right? Because we're community built. Antelope Valley Christmas Parade. Dr. Zillette invited us, and we took the invitation, and it was amazing. We got to walk up and down the boulevard while our own community was celebrating with us, and it was packed, and it was a phenomenal experience for the student athletes as well as the coaches. We then got invited to go to Handel's Ice Cream. They gave all of our kids a free ice cream, and by doing so, what was phenomenal is they took some pictures and put all our social media and stuff like that. We have our very own coaches and our student athletes refereeing and doing things with the youth flag football teams. We are holding free camps. We are doing things for our community that I think is important and has been lacking, and we are fulfilling that. So we're all doing a great job, and I appreciate them very much. Conclusion. The acronym SAD, we had structure, we had accountability, we had discipline. We followed our core values to a T. Our philosophy and our vision has been met. We won in life. We won in the classroom. Study hall hours over 2,400 with the program. 112 group tutoring hours, which means the kids bought in. And as soon as they buy in, that's it. They'll run through a wall, right? That's the way they do it. We won in the weight room, and that's what contributed to an overall 10-1 record, being victorious in the Western State Championship Bowl game, tying in a historic record here at Antelope Valley College that was set in 1974 with an amazing state championship team of 10-1. We want to thank all of you guys from the top down, because it takes a village to take 100 people and get them on the same mission and accomplish what we did. So thank you very, very much. I would like our 4 captains and one of our hardest working team members, Mr. Jerry Gaines, to all come up and say a few words to you guys.
Hello. My name is Houston Brown, and I just want to say thank you guys for believing in us. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to make it as far as we have. Thank you to everybody in this room, because without you all, we wouldn't be able to have the success and have the belief that we do today. So, thank you.
Hello, my name is John Sanders. I play quarterback. I just want to say, everyone thinks, I did a couple interviews like after the games. They always like, oh, did you guys have a good week of practice? Yes, we did, but it doesn't start in practice. It started of that week. It starts in the summer when we're running and it's hot and the coaches are yelling at us and reminding us the values and stuff like that. And that's when it really starts. And I think that's what made us have so much success. And then I just want to say thank you to all you guys and all our coaches that made this possible.
Hi, I'm Jaden Carrillo. I just really want to give a big thank you to all you guys who really turned this program around. You guys gave me and countless many other players an opportunity to put our lives on a different path. The AVC football was a little bit of a laughingstock for the past few years, but the fact that you guys were able to really turn it around and everyone really takes it seriously, and now when you tell people that you play football at AVC, they say good job, or they say that they're proud of you for what you've done. So I just want to thank you guys. Like he said, it starts at the top, so thank you.
Good morning. My name is Jaron Jerome Gaines. I am a team member of ABC Football. First and foremost, I just want to say thank you guys. We wouldn't have done it without you. Thank you to the coaches. I've known the coaches since high school, and their promises were to win, and they've always won with us. And I got nothing else to say, man. God bless you guys.
Good morning. My name is Demario Jackson. I'm a receiver for your Marauders here. And I just want to thank everybody for believing in us, not only on the field, but off the field. Dr. Zillette, I want to thank you the most importantly because you gave us a support system, not just on the field, but outside of the field, making us be able to, learn and actually take the school part seriously and giving me an opportunity to actually graduate. So I really want to thank you for that. And I want to thank my teammates buying in every day. I want to thank Coach G, bringing in the greatest staff he can ever bring in. And thank you. I just want to say God bless and everybody have a great day.
By the way, our quarterback just got a Division I offer as a freshman to RMU, so we're pretty excited for him as well. So thank you guys and have a great day. Happy holidays.
Gentlemen, I'd like to say congratulations. You made us proud. You did yourselves proud. And I'll never forget the first practice I came and saw you guys. I told you, be pleased but never satisfied. And you guys, all throughout the season, you were happy with your wins, but you were never satisfied because you always came back better every game after every game. So take that into life. I'm proud of you all. You did a great job. Coach, your staff, thank you. Thank you for the principles that you work by. Thank you for how you supported these young men. Congratulations.
Okay, thank you very much. We are now at item 13, 13.1, the favorite board member item of the board president every year, the election of new officers. And at this point, I would like to ask for a motion for president of the board.
Mr. President, I'd like to nominate Mr. Steve Buffalo for president of the board.
Thank you.
I'll second it.
Thank you. Any discussion? Advice?
Approve.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And you are now president of the board. But before we switch seats, we'll do the rest of the elections. May I hear a motion for vice president of the board?
Move to, I think, Barbara Gaines, vice president.
Second. Any further discussion? Advice?
Approve.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? It passes. And Ms. Gaines, you are now vice president of the board. May I hear a motion for clerk of the board?
Yes, Mr. President, I'd like to nominate Mr. Michael Reeves as our clerk.
Second.
Any further discussion? Advice?
Approve.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Mr. Reeves, you're now clerk of the board. That means you get to stay late. You get to stay late and sign all the documents.
Yes, yes, he does.
At this time is the fun part where we get to change seats.
Okay. You want this one? This one marked. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Is that yours? Oh, no, it's mine.
That's yours.
Cool.
Thank you, Barbara.
Are we ready? Okay. I brought special glasses so I can actually read this stuff. Okay. Moving on to item 13.3, the selection of one board member to represent the district. 13.2, yes. Selection of one board member to represent the district in the election of members to the Los Angeles County Committee on School District Organization, and selection of one board member to represent the district in the Los Angeles County School District Trustees Association. And you can elect one member to do both. Is anybody inclined or interested?
I nominate Michelle Harvey.
No, thank you. Oh, gosh, Michelle, seriously?
I nominate Michael Reeves.
I second.
Okay. Okay, so we'll go ahead and close it.
I ain't the one.
Congratulations, Michael. Advice?
Approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Coming down to item 13.3, and selection of one board member to represent the district in the Antelope Valley School Boards Association for 2026. It's generally been Barbara? Okay.
I nominate Barbara Gaines.
Okay. Is there a
Second.
second? We have a second?
Second.
Okay. We'll go down for advice.
Approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. It's your lucky day. Okay, 13.4, selection of one board member to represent the district on the Antelope Valley College Foundation Board of Directors. Do we have a motion? Is anybody particularly interested?
I nominate Michael Adams.
Okay, is there a second?
Yes, I'll second that.
Okay. We'll go down. Advice?
Approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Nobody opposed? It passes. Okay, 13.5, approval of Superintendent President's organizational report. Is there a motion?
So move.
Is there a
Second.
second? Okay. Any discussion? Okay, advice?
Approve.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, and that is approved unanimously. And then the 13.6 is approval of the 2026 Board of Trustees meeting schedule. Do we have a motion?
So move.
Is there a second?
Second.
Advice?
Approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we're going to come down to the consent agenda, and we're going to pull item by request 14.3, and then we will bring that back. Do we have a motion to move forward the other items?
So move.
Second.
Okay. Any discussion? Hearing none. Advice?
Approve.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. No opposed? Okay, item 14.3. We'll need a motion on that to discuss it. So do we have a motion?
So move.
Second.
Okay. And discussion? Any?
Yes, I have something to say. I believe that it's important when people come here, stand before the board, and say, have the courage, actually, to say what they feel is happening here relative to culture and climate. I personally believe that leadership reflects that, and that we as a board cannot be deaf to what the public keeps saying. You just can't do that. And therefore, when it comes to this consent agenda, as far as who's coming, who's leaving, I think it's important that we discuss these things. You know, it's Christmas. We have 5 people sitting there. It goes back to what the gentleman said. I know that we are in very divisive times, but it doesn't mean that we have to treat each other any kind of way. There's decorum here. There's professionalism here. There's training and all types of things that could be put in place. And I'm tired of seeing that. That's why I wanted this pulled. I wanted to have the opportunity to say that. But I'm tired of seeing people come here month after month. And it's almost like it's falling on deaf ears. That's not good. And I want my board to hear me if they can't hear you. Thank you.
Any other discussion? No other discussion? Okay. We have a motion and a second. Advice?
Approve.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Nay.
Nay, okay, we've got 4-1. Okay, now moving along to action items. We've got 15.1, approval of the Measure AV Citizens Bond Oversight Committee for Measure AV membership appointment. Do we have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Okay. Any discussion?
Yes, Mr. President, I have a comment. I looked at the names of the people on this oversight board. We don't have a lot of bond money left, but we have bond money interest and some bond money that we're going to use on the gym complex. So these people are still involved with the bond. I don't know any of these people, but two of these people. I don't know who they are. I know that it's one past employee of the college that was nominated to be on this board. I know that there's only one person I see on the list that's been on the board before. He was a councilman in Palmdale. And we have someone from the foundation here. I don't know who nominated these people. The board wasn't asked if they had anybody that they wanted to put on the board. I would like to know more about these people that are going to be on the oversight board before I vote yes. So I'm going to vote no on this. Thank you.
Mr. Brar can address some of your concerns, sir.
Good morning, Board. We've had significant turnover in the Oversight Committee because members there serve their entire terms, so we have to, they term out. So we went out, looked for, we reached out to the foundation, got input primarily from the foundation. That's where a lot of these board members came. I can tell you, the first one on here, Patty McClure, one of our own, right? David Castillo, he was serving previously. Anthony Bruneau, Maria Villalobos is new, but again, that recommendation came from the foundation. Jeff Trang did as well, I believe. And Fred Thompson, he was previously serving as well. So I believe three of those members were previously serving. Thank you.
Okay. Any other discussion? Okay. Hearing none, advice?
Approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
No.
Okay, we have a 4-1. Okay, item 15.3, approval of faceless, I'd put this on. Which 15.2, yeah, okay. Okay, we have approval of memorandum of understanding, MOU, between Antelope Valley Community College District and the Antelope Valley College Federation of Teachers regarding temporary educational administrator substitutes on faculty evaluation committees in the Health and Safety Division. Is there a motion?
So move.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Hearing none, advice?
Approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, passes unanimously. Okay, item 15.3, approval of Fairless System Initiative, FSI, Community College Agreement Number 2 with Los Angeles County Metropolitan Travel Authority, extending the Go Pass program through June 30th, 2026. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Hearing none, advice?
Approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, passes unanimously. 15.4, approval of service agreement with Wallace Family Eye Care for student vision services. Do we have a motion?
So move.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Okay. Any discussion?
Mr. President, President Zellick, was this contract out for bid in the community, or we just pick Wallace?
These contracts are not required to go out for bid. Well, Adani is not here, and I don't see Dean Zimmerman. I can get more information about the process to you, but I believe that we've worked with Wallace before.
Okay, thank you.
Any other discussion? Hearing none. Advice?
Approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, passes unanimously. Okay, item 15.5. Approval to extend the use of the Foundation for California Community Colleges Administrative Services Agreement with Fisher Scientific for scientific equipment, supplies, and services. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Is there a
Second.
Okay. Any discussion? Hearing none. Advice?
Approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
And approved unanimously. Okay. 15.6, approval to extend the use of the Foundation for California Community Colleges Administrative Services Agreement with VWR International LLC for the purchase of scientific equipment, supplies, and services. Is there a motion?
So move.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Hearing none. Advice?
Approve.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, moving along to item 15.7. Approval of college and career access pathways partnership agreements for dual enrollment between Antelope Valley College and iLead Hybrid Charter School from August 1st, 2025 through June 30th, 2029. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, any discussion?
Yes. This dual enrollment program, Dr. Zealot, is between one charter network and the college. What are we doing on the larger scale is my only question.
So when we do these MOUs for CCAPs, CCAPs are done on individual district-to-district basis. It doesn't mean that we're limiting the program just to that one school. But
Okay.
when we enter into that agreement, their board and this board have to have an agreement. And
Yes.
Yes. So that's the nature of this. But globally, we have increased exponentially in the last 3 years our dual enrollment overall, both with public and charter schools.
Okay.
And same with dual enrollment and also just our high school students who are coming. We call them special admits. They're not maybe on a specific high school path, but in both of those arenas, we've greatly increased our student populations.
That's great. So over 2026, we should see more of these contracts come before the board as we grow dual enrollment here at the college.
Yes, and CCAPs are specific kinds of agreements, and the legislation behind CCAPs, it's meant to incentivize schools that have disenfranchised populations, minoritized populations largely, so that those pathways are guaranteed. Because the assumption is that schools who are already successful probably already have some of these pathways figured out.
Right.
And so there are some incentives baked into the CCAP process.
Thank you. That's great work. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Any other discussion? Hearing none. Advice?
Approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
And passes unanimously. 15.8, approval of the Achieving the Dream Dual Enrollment Assessment Project Agreement for the term July 1st, 2025 through June 30th, 2026. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Okay,
Second.
Second?
Second.
Okay. Any discussion? Hearing none. Advice?
Approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passes unanimously. 15.9, approval of consultant services agreements for foster and kinship care education. Is there a motion?
So move.
Second.
Okay. Any discussion? Hearing none. Advice?
Approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Item 15.10, approval of consultant services agreement between Antelope Valley Community College District on behalf of Extended Learning and Workforce Development and PSI Project Management Incorporated. Is there a motion?
So move.
Second.
Okay. Any discussion? Hearing none, advice?
Approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, passes unanimously. Item 15.11, approval to extend the use of the Foundation for California Community Colleges Master's Services Agreement with Motomatic, okay, just like it reads, for recruitment and enrollment services. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, advice?
Approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? It passes unanimously. Item 1512, approval of district instruction agreement between Antelope Valley Community College District on behalf of Extended Learning and Workforce Development and the Rocket Cert LLC. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Hearing none, advice?
Approve.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, it's unanimous. Okay, item 15.13, approval of clinical internship agreement between Antelope Valley College and Progressive Ambulance Incorporated, DBA Liberty Ambulance Paramedic for the paramedic program. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Hearing none, advice?
Approve.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. 15.14, approval of 25-26 athletic spring schedule for men's and women's track and field. Is there a motion?
So move.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Hearing none, advice?
Approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, passes unanimously. 15.15, approval of the 25-26 men's volleyball non-traditional fall sports schedule. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Hearing none, advice?
Approve.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Item 15.16, approval of ratification of agreement between Outfront Media Incorporation and Antelope Valley College for billboard advertising to promote Antelope Valley College. So is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, any discussion on that?
Yes, Mr. President.
Okay.
You know, we've discussed this before. I see these signs all over town on buses, on the freeway, and I can't read them. I saw one on the AVTA bus yesterday. It was on the back of the bus. The only thing I could make out barely was AV College. They had all sorts of stuff. I wonder if it's possible if marketing could show the board the designs before they're implemented by the media company. Is that possible, President Zeller?
All things are possible. However, the board works at the level of policy. I mean, we could.
I know, but if we need to be able to read the signs that they put on the buses and the billboards, and if we can't read them, we're just wasting our money. And if the board can examine what they're going to put up, we can give our okay that way. You know, I'll go along with the advertising, but please have the marketing department show us what they're going to put up so we can make sure it's legible to the public. Thank you.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, advice?
Approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, 15.17, approval of ratification of agreement between Edelman Broadcasting Incorporated and Antelope Valley Community College District to provide English/Spanish radio advertising to promote Antelope Valley College. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, any discussion?
Well, Mr. President, I understand this is the English-speaking college, and we're going to have radio announcements in Spanish. I mean, does that make sense? I think that the advertisements should be in English, geared to the general public, not just one segment of the public, but the whole public using the English language. Thank you.
Okay, any other discussion?
I just, No, go ahead. You go ahead.
I was gonna say, from a student perspective, especially from a Hispanic perspective, most of the AV, like, are people of color, especially are Hispanic people. And to hear an ad in Spanish feels really comforting because I know that people who look like me, people who look like my family will go to AVC, just from a student perspective.
Yeah. I was just going to, thank you. I was just going to say something very similar, but you did an excellent job. I think we're not only reaching out to our students, and I'm not 100% of the percentage of Hispanic, Latina X population we have, but I would guesstimate it's in the 60-some percentile, 64, pretty good guess. And we not only want to reach out to those students, but their families, their parents who are helping their students make the decision. Kids have a lot of choice when it comes to their education. There's another community college down the freeway. There's another one up the freeway, not too far. We want to make sure that our parents understand that this is the best place for their child. So I highly encourage us to continue, not only in English, but Spanish as well.
And I would like to, I just would like to add that we are growing our ESL offerings, non-credit ESL, which are, it enables folks who maybe haven't grown their confidence in the English language or do not have facility with the English language. If they hear the advertising in their own native tongue, then they know that we offer classes that can help them learn English. And so there's multiple reasons for offering the advertisement in multiple languages.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, advice?
Approve.
All in favor?
Aye. No.
And one opposed? Is that it? Okay. So 4-1. Okay, we have item 15.18. Okay. And approval of sabbatical leave for Christine Mandulo. Okay. For one semester, beginning spring of 2027. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Okay, hearing none, advice?
Approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
I guess I should not have my glasses up here half the time. So, this is an interesting experience after eye surgery. So, 1519, we're talking about approval to extend the use of the Sourcewell Cooperative Agreement with United Parcel Services for shipping and delivery needs. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, advice?
Approve.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes unanimously. Okay, item 15.20. Approval to utilize the Foundation for California Community Colleges Master's Services Agreement with CDW Government LLC for technology, infrastructure, professional services. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Hearing none, advice?
Approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, passes unanimously. Okay, item 15.21, approval of procurement for managed detection and response, MDR, cybersecurity services. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Okay, any discussion? Hearing none, advice?
Approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, item 15.22, approval of community workforce agreement amendment number 2 with Los Angeles County, Orange County Building and Construction Trades Council. And do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, Any discussion?
Yes, Mr. President. I would like to have this pulled and discussed at the next meeting after the board has discussed it. I think sometimes these labor agreements, they restrict the private individual from coming out and bidding for jobs, knowing that the labor unions have it sold up. So I make a motion that we pull this and discuss it after the board's talked about it at the
Okay,
next
well,
meeting.
we can't, we already have a motion on the floor, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
so-
Okay.
Okay.
So it would have to be voted down, and then you would have to go back.
Okay,
and do
thank
it.
you.
Okay. Okay, any other discussion? Hearing none advice?
Approve.
All in favor?
No.
Okay, one opposed and 4. Okay, we've got 15.23, approval to award informal RFP AVC 0908-2025-01 for the architectural services for the new gymnasium building. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second?
Okay, are we going to have drawings, or do we have some drawings?
That's what I was going to ask President Buffalo.
So the only thing that was presented so far were concepts. And so drawings will be after the architects meet with the faculty and the coaches, then they'll put together actual drawings of the building. So what they have right now is just a concept, which we can share. I can send that around, the concept that they showed. And when we went through the interviews, it was essentially looking at the people whose concept aligned mostly with what is going on campus and what we perceive to be the future needs of and how best to express that in the building. And so we'll definitely send around the concept pictures, but when we send those around, please don't think that that is a determination of exactly what the building's going to look like.
Yeah, Dr. Sala, I've mentioned this to you and also to Vice President Brar. Dating back several years ago when we talk about the building where the athletes were going to be. There was made very clear to us there would not only be an area for our athletes, but also an area for our visiting athletes. Unbeknownst to this board, it was made, I was informed that one person made this decision to remove the visiting athlete section of that building. And so now I've seen visiting athletes hang out by the goal post, which is, to me, just ludicrous. But I want to just make sure that in this building that, and I hope that my colleagues on the board will support this decision, that we have in there a place for visiting teams so they just don't have to just linger outside when they come to the Antelope Valley Community College to play. They are our guests, and I hope that we treat them much better than what happened with the building that was already built as part of the bond. That did not, we had no say in that decision, and I think we should have had.
Mr. President, that reminds me. When the idea of the Commons came up, the board was shown a photo and detailed description of what was going to be in the Commons. And one of the things that it said, and this was the initial drawing with the wording and all this in it, it said that we would have a cafeteria, food court, and we would also have a bookstore in that building. So documents after that have erased that. So I don't really have credence if you're going to show us these drawings and get our approval, and then later on, and I can show you the documentation because I've cleaned my files lately, and I have the initial drawing plus the subsequent and where that is removed from the board's approval of the initial one. And I'm fearful that you've designed this gym a certain way that you're going to go ahead and do it the way you want anyway. So,
Sir, there is no design for the gym right now. There is a concept of what the complex could look like. The actual design will be made in conference with the faculty and the coaches who will be utilizing the building for instruction and for competition. So we will certainly show you those things. With regard to the Commons, I recognize this is off topic, and I apologize, President Buffalo. But with regard to the Commons, the needs of the institution change such that more of our student affinity groups emerged, and we needed more student space in the Commons area, and the bookstore needs shrank because Barnes and Noble went more to electronic resources. Our faculty are using more electronic resources, and the allocated space in the Commons was much too large for what the bookstore would have needed. And so I would hope that we will certainly keep the board apprised of any changes, but I think we need to work in the awareness that as the campus needs change, that we are willing to accommodate those changes.
Well,
and we will definitely communicate that more clearly.
Okay, anything else?
well, Dr. Zelik, the final determination of the drawings will be done by the board, but how can we be sure that this is going to be carried out, because the initial drawings of the Commons is not, and you say the space was too large for Barnes and Noble. Well, they could have modified the space before they started the building.
Okay.
May I say one more thing?
Sure.
I don't want to beat a dead horse, but this board worked hard in 2016 to pass a $350 million bond with the idea in mind of creating a culture and an environment on this campus that really, really supports students. I go back to the food court. The food court, like the area for the visiting athletic team. Now I'm hearing that the food court, my vision of a food court, and I believe what was projected and suggested to us was different entities offering maybe a coffee, Starbucks, I don't know, different entities where our students would have a choice, again, of the food that they intake, not one company serving all the food. And now I'm hearing the food court concept, which you go to any community college, any four-year, Cal State, UC, you're going to see a food court that has been removed from the Commons. That's not how we planned it. That's part of the bond. We wanted to be able to offer our students these types of things, and then other people are just making the changes. I just think it's sad.
Okay, I will mention this one item. Anybody else have anything before I say something? Basically, and I would encourage our board members to do this, and I'm usually very aggressive, especially with the gym, because I have some definite concepts and ideas that I think really will work in there. I have met with the athletic director, the president, and Mr. Barr, and so I let them know what it is I think. Now, whether anybody else on campus agrees with me, I don't know, but I think it has to be a spectacular front, and then it has to have practical, and it needs some additional space for teams to practice other than the main court. So those are the things, and you can have the locker rooms in there and things like that. I thought, Barbara, you were going to suggest the opposing teams would go into a cold box. Wouldn't that benefit us? See?
Would be better
what they
than
used to
standing
do.
outside, Mr. Buffalo.
Anyway, okay. Anybody else have any comments? Okay, advice?
Approve.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, passes. Item 15.24, approval of field contract for services and hydraulics incorporated for the purchase and installation of a new air compressor for the horticulture lab. Okay, is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Hearing none, advice?
Approve.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, item 15.25, approval of professional services agreement with Fieldman, Rolap, and Associates Incorporated, the municipal advisor and continuing disclosure consultant services. And do we have a motion?
So moved.
Okay, any discussion?
Yes.
Okay,
I just want to ask, what is this for the public's?
Mr. Barr?
Feldman Rolap has assisted the district on a number of times with our bond issuances. They'll come here, go through those issuances, explain what's happening, represent us. They actually kind of serve as a middleman as well between us and our underwriters advising the district. In particular, what we're using this company for at this time is the $8,000 for the continuing disclosure requirements, the reporting requirements, filing requirements that we have annually. The thought is, though, that if we do continue with the next board measure or have additional issuances, they would be able to serve as a advisor to us as well.
So, VP Barr, is this the group who came and did the presentation
Yes.
last time? And so now we're approving $8,000 for them to do what again? I'm sorry.
We have continuing disclosure requirements, filing requirements as part of those bond measures, and we were paying that
The
to our
active bonds we currently have.
yes, the ones
Right.
we currently have.
Okay.
Yep. And so that's what we're going to be utilizing them for at this time. We are not currently. We have no plans this fiscal year of utilizing them for the $65,000 that's included, but we want, if there is a need, we want them to be available.
any other discussion? Hearing none, advice?
Approve.
All in favor?
Aye. Nay.
Okay, 4-1. And item 15.26, approval of amendment number 5 to services agreement between Beacons Moving Solutions Incorporated and Antelope Valley College.
So move.
Is there a second?
Second.
Discussion? Hearing none, advice?
Approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item 15.27, approval for field service agreement with Coast. Did I miss one? No. Okay. Approval for field service agreement with Coast Development Company LLC, DBA Coast Construction Group for the tenant improvement project for the Yoshida Hall building with unrestricted general funds. Okay, we have a motion.
So moved.
Okay,
Second.
all right, any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? All right, need advice?
Approve.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, passes unanimously. 15.28, approval. Oh, okay. Okay, well, we'll combine up items 15.28 through 15:30, okay? If that's okay with everybody. Do we have a motion for those 4 items?
So move.
Second.
Okay, second, any discussion of them? Okay, advice?
Approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Passes unanimously. Okay, we're into informational items. You have those, you can read those. I don't think there's any commentary on them. And now we'll move into reports and announcements. Academic Senate, Hal Huntsman.
Good morning again, trustees, President Zealot, Ms. Shuttlecorp, and Mr. Wang. This is a time of year that I really enjoy. And I think many of us as educators enjoy the sort of beginnings and endings that we get at a regular time period every year. And so my report today is primarily in honor of some endings and beginnings. I want to start off with honoring the work of Alejandro Guzman. I do think that he's really made an impact on our outreach to our community, and I don't think that, I didn't hear any discussions like you all had earlier about billboards and other such things before Mr. Guzman was here, and so I really think he's done a lot to raise our profile in the community, and we wish him well as he goes on with his work. I also very much want to honor the work of Dr. Bakit. I have worked very closely with her over the past 2.5 or so years that she's been here. It's been a great honor to work with her. She's hardworking, intelligent, and, you know, I mean, I consider her a friend. And while I haven't always agreed with her on everything as we've worked together on different policies and procedures, I always respected her opinion and appreciated her advice. So she will be missed. I also want to honor the work, and this I have to do with sadness, of a colleague, Dr. William Kiddo, who passed away recently. He was a faculty member part-time faculty member, but he taught statistics primarily because he had worked in industry and really brought a passion to that work. He really believed in preparing his students to be ready for a job in working with statistics when he completed, and he developed a whole course here that we never had before, that we continue to teach. And so his passing is a real loss to the college and to the department, my own department. So that's part of my honoring of him. And then I want to finish with a beginning, because I really want to honor one of our newer faculty members, her name is Bianca Asensio. She is a person that I have grown to know well because I work with her as a co-coordinator in the Puente program. She comes to us demonstrating exceptional dedication and care for our students. Her work in the classroom is, I think, exemplary. The students really, I think, connect with her, and she really enjoys working with them. There's a real passion in that for her. She is, was originally a part-time instructor here and then became full-time. Her stepping into the role as the Puente co-coordinator, I will admit, she's a quiet person. And at first, she was kind of moving slowly, and you were like, well, is she going to really step in? But as I've seen her work, she grows, and she's really learning, and she's stepping up in ways that are really bringing a whole new perspective. And that freshness, that energy, that's part of that process that I'm trying to frame my comments in here of beginnings and endings, because I see her as part of the future of our college, and it's a wonderful thing to have. And we're very excited to have her in our campus community. I want to then finish my comments by just wishing you all happy holidays. I look forward to seeing you in the new year, and I hope you get to spend some time with family and friends and enjoy a little bit of rest. Thank you.
Antelope Valley College Federation of Teachers, Dr. Jason Bourne.
Good morning, President Adams and members of the board. I want to share a small observation from everyday life. Recently, I was at the grocery store and noticed something that struck me as remarkable, not because it's rare, but because it's so ordinary. People move their carts aside without being asked. They say, excuse me, pardon me, sorry. If someone has a full cart and sees another person holding just a few items, they step back and let them go first. No policy requires this, no written agreement enforces it. It happens because people recognize and understand that decency matters. I sometimes wonder what our institution could look like if we held ourselves to even that same basic standard. I call it the grocery store standard. Over the past few years, it's been clear to faculty and staff that decisions affecting people's livelihoods are being made abruptly, without care, with malice, and without the basic dignity that anyone would expect in their workplace. Processes are rushed, communication is cold, written agreements and expectations are flexible when they should be honored. Even when actions may be technically permissible, the way they are carried out leaves lasting harm to morale, to trust, and to this college's reputation. And that brings me to the role of the board. Accountability does not begin with the administration. It begins with you. When the board demands transparency, when the board takes seriously what members of the public share in the 3 minutes they have, when they demand fairness and humanity, the administration will follow. When it doesn't, a culture of fear and indifference takes root, which is what we have now and what we've had for years. We depend on you. I depend on you. Toxicity begins when those with the authority to intervene choose to not do so. When accountability is absent, the people who care the most, those who teach, support students, and carry this institution forward, are often the first to leave and are more qualified than some of those who remain. And what remains is not excellence, but erosion. As we approach the end of the year, we hear a lot of well-intentioned holiday wishes. My hope for 2026 is simple, that those wishes are matched by action, that this board insists on leadership that treats people with the same care and respect we get from strangers in a grocery store aisle, that you hold the administration accountable not just for outcomes, but for how those outcomes are achieved. If that happens, then happy holidays will mean something real. I wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I hope that when you say those words, they rest on a foundation of respect, accountability, and genuine care for the people who make this institution work. Thank you.
And 17.3, Antelope Valley College Federation Classified Employees, Pamela Ford.
Hello again. Before I begin, Mr. Buffalo, I'm asking for transparency about an item on the personnel schedule. And this is no affront to the individuals involved, it's just about transparency. Can we get clarification regarding the annual out-of-class pay increases for Noe Flores and Ron Benedetti, and what the funding sources are? It's not included it's not included. Okay, so as we approach the winter break, I want to wish you all a restful and peaceful holiday season. I send my thanks and gratitude to all classified employees for the work you do in supporting our students. Your support is the reason why our students succeed. I extend my congratulations to those who are retiring this year. Though I did not work closely with them, I would like to extend my thanks and appreciation to Dr. Kathy Bekeet and Mr. Alejandro Guzman for their service to Antelope Valley College. And I have to say, it's obvious. These individuals didn't take these positions only to leave 3 years or less after arriving. And those leaving prior to them for interim positions clearly observed there's no opportunity for upward advancement at the executive level for incumbent administrators. These departures did not represent stability. I look forward to Dr. Padron returning. We've gotten a lot of good work done with her. And Hal and I have built a great working relationship, and I'm looking forward to working with him in the coming year. I'm appreciative of the board members who see the value in dialogue with union officials and have a genuine interest in hearing our perspectives. Thank you, Mr. Buffalo, Ms. Harvey, and Mr. Reeves. My vision for 2026 is that there is more of an investment and interest in resolving issues at the lowest level possible. Instead of negative evaluations, discipline, and termination, there's no work in those actions. The work is in retention. Punitive action has not brought improvement. You've gotten rid of your so-called problems, but yet the issues exist. And mistrust and ill will continue forward. I'm extremely excited and invested in this upcoming election year, more than any of you can possibly know. It's an opportunity for new ideas, new direction, and hopefully a requirement for greater accountability. And in November, I'm looking forward to that change. I, again, want to wish you a happy and peaceful holiday season, and let's get ready for this upcoming election. Thank you.
Thank you, Pam. We have next item is 17.4, confidential management supervisory administrator employees, Ashley Hawkins. And you're already here.
It's a long title.
It is.
Good morning, everybody. As we come to the close of the semester, I want to start by extending my thanks to all the members of the CMSA group. It is through your leadership and dedication that drive this institution forward. Also, we want to extend our gratitude and well wishes to Dr. Kathy Bakit and Alejandro Guzman. It has been an honor to work alongside you both. This morning's comments and presentations reflect the full scope of the work that we do as a district. This is meaningful and complex work, and there will always be more to do as we continue serving our community. What stood out a lot this morning was hearing our student athletes speak about their experiences at AVC, about opportunity, growth, and how their time at this institution truly changed the trajectory of their lives. I'd like folks to take a moment and let that sink in and understand that that's why we get up every day and that's why we do the work. To be a part of a mission that changed the scope of someone's lives is so impactful, and it's work that not everyone gets the privilege to do. Although those moments do not happen in isolation, they are a result of a district that invests in students and believes in their potential and works together to support them. Ending the semester by hearing students say that AVC changed their lives is a powerful reminder of our impact. And while there is always work ahead, the work we are doing together is already making a difference. As we head into the holiday season, I hope everyone is able to take some time to rest, reflect, and recharge. It truly is a privilege to serve our students in this community, and I'm grateful to do this work alongside all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Associated Student Organization, Destiny Waller.
Good morning, Board of Trustees, President Zealot, and guests. Starting with ASO financials of this fall semester, ASO awarded $17,175 in grants supporting campus programs and students, including the Constitutional Essay Contest, the Marauders Promise Coffee Station, the 2026 Commencement Gifts, an OSD Disability Awareness Speaker, Transfer Center's Transfer Fair and Transfer Readiness, the Palmdale Open Mic Night, and STEMS Committee's 3D printer to be held in the ASO Lounge. Throughout the semester, ASO collaborated with programs such as CalWorks, EOPS, Next Up, Rising Scholars, Student Equity, Student Health and Wellness, and OSD. Major events included Club Rush, which concluded in a total of 26 active clubs on campus, Trunk or Treat, Dia de los Muertos, ASO Giving, Finals Week, our Do Not Forget to Relax with Us event, as well as the launch of School Night Bites event. So the School Night Bites event has been very successful with more students and families attending each time. A big part of that success comes from our Spanish-speaking community. When you see yourself and your culture in events, in school events particularly, you feel represented, that you belong. And that's a message ASO strives to continue to strive for all students, that you belong here. So I'd like to just thank everyone who collaborated with us this year. I look forward to collaborating with everyone in the future to better serve the students. Moving on December 5th, ASO attended the SSCCC Advocacy Conference to learn how to better advocate and support for the students. And we will be preparing for that presentation for the conference this future board meeting. Finally, ASO participated in this year's Christmas parade. Thank you, President Zealot, Ron, and all the students who worked tirelessly on the float to make sure this float was a great success. This concludes my report. Happy holidays.
Antelope Valley College Foundation, Diane Knippel. She's not here? Okay, Diane's not here. Okay, Office of the Superintendent President, Dr. Jennifer Zillett.
I apologize to the board. I don't have a copy for you. The email wouldn't send from my house that had the document. What I had hoped to give to you today, and I'll get it to you later, and it will be made available to the public through the minutes. I just wanted to have a year in review with you and share with you all the good things that are happening here at AVC, all the positive things that reflect good relationships and good movement and investment, collaborative investment in the institution. I know that monthly, the board gets a good dose of how negative things are on campus and how inept the leadership is. But if that were true, the things that this report shows you would not be happening to the extent that they are. So I encourage us all to look at the evidence of the work happening on campus and the evidence of the collaboration. We have a lot of key firsts. And they go everything from the things that you saw today, our athletic achievement, and it's not just in football. In soccer, we had 6 men and women make all league and receive some honors. And I believe in volleyball, women's volleyball, we did as well. Our basketball teams are still playing, and I'm sure that more good things will be coming our way. We have, with the return of intercession, there's been some really good results for students who are needing to make up classes, and how those plans are coming through, the way we're able to work on our pathways that way. We have a new student health clinic. We have study spaces that are coming up all over campus. We have new counseling initiatives. Our facilities folks have put together beautiful drought-tolerant landscaping all across campus that not only is environmentally friendly and responsive to our plans, but also it makes our outside campus a beautiful place. And it's a place that people want to be, and you see students collaborating and just hanging out, which is a wonderful thing to see. We had new facilities open and are under construction, and that's the collaboration of many, many people. We have enhanced student support programs through Next Up and Guardian Scholars, our Puente program expansion. There's common course numbering, which our whole faculty are working together on to be compliant with. They're working with deans and with our curriculum committee, and this is no small feat. All of our courses have to be recoded and entered into the system, and that goes all the people who are working behind the scenes to the people who are out front planning our curriculum. With our healthcare services, Bart's Altadena Community Health Center is now on campus. We've also partnered with Jovenis. It's a case management to help for students who are housing insecure, and it also provides financial literacy and the ability to help students really get back on their feet. We have a partnership with Antelope Valley Partners for Health. In workforce development and industry, we continue our collaboration with aerospace industry leaders and making our degrees and certificates the best they can be. We underwent the first stage of ABET accreditation, and ABET stands for the Accreditation Board for Engineering and Technology. That's typically a 4-year accreditation. There are relatively few community colleges across the nation who have that accreditation. When we achieve it, we will be the only community college in the state of California to hold this accreditation. And that will mean that our students who go through that program will hold every single accreditation possible in those fields. That's a wonderful collaborative effort between the administration and faculty and classified professionals out in our aerospace programming, so thank you to all of you. With our local employers, we continue to grow our partnership not only through for-credit but non-credit courses. Our faculty have developed an AI certificate that is going to be available not only to our local businesses but to our education partners. We have many educational and community initiatives with CSU Bakersfield. We are now working on a 2+2 program to ensure that our nursing students can stay here local and achieve a baccalaureate in registered nursing. And they will be able to do that right here on our campus. And that's a collaboration of faculty and administration in both institutions. We've hosted community events on our campus for community preparedness in conjunction with Edwards Air Force Base and EAFB Civ Mill Support Group. We hosted the Antelope Valley AI Task Force here on campus. We hosted California Jobs First, LA County. It was an effort with the whole of LA County. We hosted it here. They brought a bus up from down below with our business and industry partners, and they were wonderfully surprised by the college and all that's available up here in the North County area. That was a day-long event, and it was really, really a good collaboration. It was mentioned the AV Reentry Symposium, and I want to congratulate Professor Langner and his colleagues and the administration who supported putting that together, because that was a wonderful way for our community to interface with the college and the support of our formerly incarcerated students and community members. There's so much more in the report, and so much, there's going to be a lot of data for you to look at, and you can see steady improvement in the college over the last 4 years. And what I want is for us to celebrate all of the good things that are happening. Is the place perfect? Absolutely not. And that is why we continue to work every day to improve. And that is why I encourage everyone to reach out to one another and make sure that we are working together. That's not a one-way initiative. If one person reaches out, if nobody's reaching back, the hand just hangs there in the air. So, Merry Christmas, everybody. And I really encourage us to rest, heal. Some folks are not well. Working hard tires people out. Working hard tires people out. I want to thank our executive director, Alejandro Guzman, for the work that he did here. His leaving is not an indication of instability. It's a celebration that someone came to Antelope Valley College and did such amazing work that a very large institution cherry-picked us. So that's actually something that we celebrate. It's a sign of a healthy working atmosphere when people are developed. And so point of view is everything. I encourage us to support each other. I also want to thank Dr. Bakit for the time that she invested here. I want to thank her for the way she worked with the faculty and the staff and her fellow administrators, and I wish you all the best. So thank you to our trustees. Thank you, Trustee Adams, for your year of service. Trustee Buffalo, you're going to get to spend probably more time with me than you ever wanted, and so I look forward to the next year.
Good. Can we meet in Cambria?
Meet in Cambria. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful holiday.
Okay. Down to our student trustees for board member comments.
I just want to say a very big thank you to the students who came and spoke. I know that it can be really intimidating to be in an environment like this, like in front of a board. And I also want to give a really big thank you to the admin, classified faculty, staff, everyone who continues to put students first and serve us and really hear our voice. And happy holidays.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Okay. Michelle, it's to you.
Yes, thank you so much, President Buffalo. I just wanted based on research. A positive culture and climate create environments, schools, workplaces where people feel valued, safe, and respected, fostering.
Ms. Harvey, is your microphone on?
Can you hear me now? Okay, so I said a positive culture and climate create environments, schools and workplaces where people feel valued, safe, and respected, fostering engagement, learning, and well-being through shared values, clear expectations, strong relationships, and inclusive practices. That's research. That's how it works. I want to tell everyone that I hope that you have a Merry Christmas and a happy holiday. And please know that your voice matters. I want to echo the student trustee who spoke to the young people who came here today. One gentleman stood here, Dr. Zillette, and said he did not feel safe on this campus. Now, I don't know who that's not going to bother, but I want you to know I'll be sitting at home Christmas thinking about that, because safety and security is the baseline for a safe campus. So yeah, I am worried. I'll say that. But I also have hope, Dr. Zillette, and I have high expectations that this administration will come together and will do what is in the best interest of staff and students. That's my hope for the new year. Thank you so much. Y'all have a good Christmas.
I want to thank my colleagues for allowing me to sit in this leadership position on the board. I really appreciate it. One of the students said, we don't listen to students. I beg the difference. Go over to the cafeteria. For years, we had food trucks. And one day, a student approached me and said, can I talk to you? And I said, sure. And she said, you know, we need to get the cafeteria going again for the faculty and the students. And for 4 years, I screamed and yelled about it until finally the cafeteria reopened under AVC. We do listen, and I'm available. You have my email, Mike Reeves. You have anything to say, let me know, and I'll ask you, did you go up the chain of command, or what's going on? I want to hear your voice. I want to wish everybody a happy holiday, happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, Kwanzaa, whatever your holiday is, you have a great holiday, and that goes for my colleagues on the board, and God bless you all.
Yes, I'd like to thank Michael Adams for a wonderful year serving as our president. Really appreciate everything you did, Mike. I also want to congratulate not only the football players that we had here today, but the entire team and Coach Gordon and his staff. What a remarkable turnaround and an amazing season they had. I love, you can just tell by Coach Gordon's enthusiasm that he has standards, he has procedures and policies in place, and his the young men who play on his team are going to react, and it looks like they've reacted in a very positive way and are very excited about being on that team, which led to an incredible season. I also want to say to the students who spoke this evening and the staff members that I really, really appreciate, first and foremost, them coming forward, because these are the issues that were talked about this evening are typically not issues that ever reach the ear of a board member. And I, as Mr. Reeves said, there's a chain of command, and we certainly want, whether it's coming from a student or a staff, that we follow the chain of command. But when I hear that there is a lack of communication or a lack of response being given to that student or that staff member to the point where they feel like they've reached a wall, that's very troublesome. And it bothers me a lot. I've always advocated, since I've been on this board, for the students. I am an educator. That's the reason I ran for this board. And so I just want to say to the students, and I want to ask, well, first I want to say to the students, thank you, and you were heard. And I want to make sure, Dr. Sala, that each and every one of them that spoke this evening, students and staff, about areas of concern, that you investigate this and report back to us as soon as possible, because I'm very troubled by that. And I'll end just by saying congratulations to all the essay winners. Dr. Vento does some incredible, he does some incredible things with his students, and we're always grateful to see that, and just to wish everybody else a wonderful holiday season.
Well, I have to say, I'm really going to miss Alejandro. I had a great working relationship with him. And he came from the same background, newspaper and then marketing. And then I actually got smart and went into special events. So get out of marketing. But he was very, very good at that. And he did an exceptional job. And I'm sorry he's going to Cal State Northridge. I can't imagine. I wouldn't want to go to Cal State Northridge, but just me. So I found it interesting when our one faculty member brought up preparedness. I think that's kind of an interesting situation right now because of everything happening in the country. And then my cousin is retiring as a teacher in Knoxville, and she talked to me about it about a month ago, and she said, we're in decline. She says students are not held accountable anymore, and we got to get back to that. And I think that's probably why students aren't prepared as they should be. I know if you saw the UC San Diego story that came out about, 4 or 5, 6 weeks ago, talking about how their students weren't prepared, that they lacked English skills, math skills, other skills. And I think that's concerning. And it was a very good point. And I think I've often talked to our other school districts. You have to be kind of careful because you don't want to offend them, and they'll get defensive. But I've always tried to put it on how can we work together to improve this. And so, but I thought those were great points. And so, and I'm glad to hear you bringing that out. Congratulations to the football team. That was amazing. I don't know if you lose a bunch of freshmen, how you're going to do the following year, because I always found out when I was coaching softball, we always wanted those sophomores back because they really help you. They're a lot better. So I'd like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And we'll have the next board meeting will be in January on the 12th, 2026. Thank you. This meeting is adjourned.